podcast crew. We appreciate you joining us for the friendly vibes.
Oh, hang on, I gotta redo that here so you can hear this, Ronell.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, on behalf of your Denver-based podcast crew, we appreciate you joining us for the friendly vibes.
Coming to you live. We clap because we sync the camera and the audio. My name's Sean. This is InTALLerable. Cheers to you. And I am joined by just a pleasure of a human being. I've only known this man for maybe 20 minutes, but we've been having a great time chopping it up. He is a Denver sign-up comedian. He is a father. He's going to be my new favorite person, maybe? I don't know. It's Ronell Hardin.
Let's do it.
Is that correct pronunciation? I always mess this up.
No, you made it French. That's actually pretty cool, but it's just Ronell Hardin.
Ronell Hardin.
Like James Harden.
Like James Harden.
Yeah, with the I-N, though, not the E-N. How's your day going?
Are you a Harden fan? Stan, as the kids say?
James Harden?
Yeah. As a ball player?
You want to know something?
Yes.
I think
I struck a chord right away.
When it comes to sports and like music, I'm stuck in this phase where I really like the people that I've liked for so long that it's really hard to cross over into the people who they love newly. And I'm not trying to be a hater, but it's like for me, obviously I love LeBron because when I was 18, he was 18, he got drafted and he's still playing basketball. So then, obviously the people who came behind him, I love me some Durant. But James Harden is one of those people who, the cat just got me. James Harden is one of those people who was just behind me, and I never really got the glam behind it. You know what I'm saying? But what he's done on the court is absolutely amazing.
How this is a good place, I guess, for us to jump off. How old are you?
I'm 42.
With that ringtone. You better believe.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't know what are kids using for ringtones? Do kids just use the basic?
Man.
Do they have ringtones anymore? Are kids doing cool things with their phones?
I don't even know. I don't even know if my kid's phone rings. I remember.
You probably don't. You're probably right about that.
You remember when Chris Rock said it? He was like that. Now you're paying for the ringtone. You're getting the holla back girl or whatever. He's like, then eventually they're gonna sell you phones that don't fucking ring. And that's literally where we're at now.
The controlled obsolescence. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Planned obsolescence. Excuse me. Yeah.
Planned. Yeah, because
they build the thing shittier, knowing that you have to buy it again within a shorter lifespan.
Yeah. That's how they get us with the electronicos.
Recently, I've been thinking, like, man, how cool would it be to like go back and build a company that's building like 70s style like appliances that last. Like you buy one dishwasher, like because let's go back to my grandpa passed in the last decade, but he was of the greatest generation, and they had like one thing, and it worked forever. And you took out the one carburetor that broke or whatever, and
switched it out. When I was young, my grandma bought me a washer machine for like $5 from like a garage sale at a church, and I had that thing for almost 15 years. And I never had one issue. The only issue is when I got it, it didn't have the hose that drained the water. So I had to buy one of those. But I never had an issue. And it was like, I hear my washer machine's broke. My washer was like, what are you washing?
Yeah. And everything is, but like that stuff is crazy. I walked through a Home Depot to grab some little thing, and it's like I walk past the appliances, and it's like, how much is a stove or how much is a washer dryer? It's like, bro, like, come on.
Hey, what money? So like, obviously,
because I majored in economics was one of the things
we talked about. You have economic background, and I just wanted to have an understanding because I'm struggling with this, especially now with like the inflation. Well, the inflation thing is really big with the world or with our country, the world probably in its entirety. And I'm starting to notice that the price of things aren't as high as like the number's high, but the amount of money you need to get it isn't. Because the way the world works. So nominal versus real. So there's a shift where everything is like we have to get paid more because everything costs more. Yeah. So in that sense, like where, like obviously I'm not going to bullshit. I hate spending $60 for me and my two kids to go somewhere and eat. That's just, it seems absurd.
Dude, I'd be lucky to get away 60 if me and my wife go out.
That's
you
different.
Know what I'm saying?
That's different. That is different. When I was single or when I was in a relationship, I could go eat for $18, $19. Soon as my girl came with me, it was $75 plus.
Sure.
$120 if she's in the best mood possible. And so You know what I'm saying? So
I do. Yeah, yeah.
That's
a whole separate
that's a
thing.
different animal.
Right.
Like somebody who you just have to feed and not like entertain. $20 to $25 a person.
Okay.
Where when I was a kid, when I was younger, it was $7 or $8. Oh, my phone.
I'm just gonna take it from him.
And
White man takes vape from black. Invites him on show. Takes own vape.
No,
back.
it's your vape, huh? It's your vape.
I'm an asshole.
You know.
No, please. So when you're going out and you're paying that much for you and your kids, you're just like, how the
we're like, why are we here? But then I start to get like, note, I made $100 an hour doing what I did. They paid me to do 20 minutes worth of comedy, enough to feed my family 5 times this $60
That's amazing.
Which is amazing. Where, let's say 20 years ago, they would have gave me $20.
That is thank goodness, that is such a great thing to bring up, because I think it goes overlooked a lot. People are just sitting in the camp of things are expensive, woe is me, but it's like, oh yeah, we are, like, I do make in my day job like Lord level money for what the 1300s. So it's all about perspective. It's all grass and it's all grass and fences, we like to say around here at InTALLerable. So
yeah, I was talking to a lady who,
that's smart of you to be like, I would have only gotten $20 back in the day.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, like, you have a mind for the economics that most people aren't applying already.
And that's the part, it blows me, because the part that brings me to it, what happened is some lady was trying to tell me, she was like, my grandpa bought his house in 1984 in Arvada for $60,000. And my mind went, all right, that's a deal, maybe expensive at the time, I don't know, but you have to note, when your grandpa bought that house in 1984, he had to work within a 10-mile radius of that house to be able to get money to pay for it. The other day, I just got $5 out the pocket of some dude in Bangladesh. That's why my house cost $450,000.
That's another great point. Also,
you know what I'm saying? The access to money makes the price of everything kind of go higher, simply because I have more access to it, and we all have more access to it.
And globalization helps us. That's what another thing people like claw, the Chicago economy, or some schools claw away from, of like, does globalization do good things? It's like, yeah, it does. It rises all boats.
For sure.
Yeah, sure, you could make some points or some particular things like you can with all statistics, but like, yeah, all boats are higher.
When somebody paid me in Bitcoin because that was the agreed method, I was like, wait a minute, this is a different, like, I grew up in the streets. I grew up right in East Denver. I grew up in a the gang drug dealing culture type deal down there.
Wow.
Where it was like every,
and wait, so how old are you?
42.
Okay,
I was born in 84. And
so at that time when you were born, another thing to add real quick before you get into your life story about that economic point of the house buying of the 80s. When they bought that house for that cheap cost in the 80s, the interest rate they paid post Volcker
14-15%.
was like 15 to 20%. Yeah,
sure.
So it was like a credit card almost level interest rate for a 30-year home. So we have to factor that into, like, when we're thinking about this.
But the house was $25,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, right. That's a decent Toyota right now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And if they made $25,000 a year, or,
Yeah, I saw a statistic that did have that, where back, I would say about 30 years ago, it only took about 3 to 4 times your annual income to buy a house, where now it's closer to 8 to 10 times your annual income. And it's crazy, because then when you think, like, you got to make $120,000 to buy a house, but I'm not buying $1 million house. So, like, that I was taking that statistic to what it takes to get a house. It was like,
so that's where you go real. So that's where the word real in economic terms is really important. Because that's your time. When we say real, it means time. It means the like equated for, differentiated for, relative to time. Not just the number, but like how much that number really means. And for us as people, earning a wage, working, that's our thing, is time. We're trading our time for money.
It's a time trade, yeah. 100%. And I get understanding that, because, like, for me, I used to think that people who had high salaries made a lot of money or made good money. And there's probably truth to that, in the sense of, medical professionals, experts, doctors, surgeons, so that they're professional athletes. Yes, they get a weekly check, and they're big, huge ones. But the people who really are making the money, the names of the people who are making money, didn't get annual checks. They created value, and that's what was sold, not necessarily time back. And so once I learned that, it was like, oh shit.
Value for who? Hang on, let's add this in, because when people say value, sometimes it's that nominal thing creeps back in. It's like value for the market just in general. No, value for humanity.
Yeah. Well, I think that's where
some way or another.
I think that's the pinnacle. Value for humanity, what you create is the pinnacle.
But at some level or another, the value that they're creating is seen by humanity as like value to them.
Understood.
Whether we look back as humanity, it's like, fuck, we shouldn't have valued Enron like we did.
100%.
Because it was, because it's bullshit, right?
Yeah.
There are those cases, but like, yes, it is a true value proposition of humanity's take on what they're getting in exchange.
What the money is. Yeah, how much money I should give for this.
Adding to, like, SpaceX is
a trillionaire. Oh yeah, the trillionaire who we got today or yesterday or whatever.
We got to flip these wings really quick. We'll be right back. We're going to kick us to a break with our signature station identification. He's 42, so he's heard the radio before. This is our signature station identification. You're listening to 91.1. Oh shit, was that another plane? We'll be right back. We're back. We're live. The chicken is flipped. It's time. Oh, goodness gracious.
You throwing pussy around?
It's flying around me, man. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Trust me.
As tall as you are, you're just in a set, like you're in the atmosphere of the poo tag.
I think I'm controlling this shit. Riding the wave like everybody else. I'm interested to dig into like your life arc and path, and to do so in like a chronological, linear fashion.
Arcopath?
Your arc, your path.
Your arc, your path. I thought it was one word.
I'm all Colorado mouthed where I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I need to work on that a little bit.
No, you're all good.
You said you grew up in the east side of Denver.
So yeah, I was born in Kansas City.
Okay.
So my mom moved here before my first birthday. So I've been here pretty much my whole life.
So you're a cognitive native like me, because I was born in Santa Cruz, California, and moved here before I was one. So yeah. I only know here.
I only know.
So
Denver.
why are you wearing those colors? Let me just address that.
Because I had a father, and that person was a Chiefs fan.
Oh, fair enough.
He loved his Royals. He was KC all the way up and down, and he passed away when I was young. But just in a sense, I never left my Chiefs. And then one of the things I'll say, you know how like I probably should have crossed over at some point in time.
Sure.
My grandma was the biggest John Elway dick rider on the globe. Oh my God, she loved John Elway so much. I remember when John Elway was getting a divorce because he was cheating on Janet Elway.
You sound a little better.
He had cheated on like Janet Elway or some shit. And I was young. I was maybe like 7 or 8 years old, but it was like a big thing. It was on like the news. It was on the newspaper. I loved reading the newspaper when I was young. And my grandma was like, whatever that bitch did, she deserved it. And I was like, he cheated on Grandma. Wait a minute. And then when he threw touchdowns, and he threw a lot of fucking touchdowns, she made this obnoxious noise. She would do it like an Indian chick. She'd be like, la, 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 la. And she would be loud and obnoxious. And I hated it at the time. I loved it because that's exactly who I am when Mahomes throws a touchdown. But so funny. It made me not crossover.
Yeah, because so you already had the family lineage of fanship to the Chiefs, and then you had this anti-fanship that was further instilled.
Yeah, it was like, Grandma, I can't do this with you.
Makes sense.
Like you're making this game like really not fun to watch. But it was awesome. As I got older, it was like her enthusiasm, how amped she is. Like when I see like women, I actually tell a joke about it. It's a kind of fuzzy joke, but it's like I don't drink alcohol, but I think it gets a bad rap because everybody says that alcohol is the leading cause of domestic violence, and everybody knows it's when the Broncos lose.
I love that joke.
And then
I heard you do that joke. That's a good joke.
And then the second part behind it goes, women, somebody came up to me and told me that they don't like my woman beating joke, and I was like, "Man, that's about domestic violence." Because I don't know if you know, but women love football too, and it really comes from. I have a really good friend; she's diehard. She'll shoot you over the Broncos right now. But it really started with my grandma. My grandma was the biggest John Elway dick rider. I swear, she loved this dude, but he threw touchdowns. So I mean,
you had to respect it.
Yeah, like I put like this. I could care what Mahomes does. He go out and he could go shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue right now, and I'd still vote for him.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
because he could throw some touchdowns.
Hey, staying true to your foundations, man. I'm with it. I love it.
So,
So growing up in Denver, but you're a Chiefs fan.
Yep. So I grew up
Mean streets, you said.
No, I would say the mean streets. For me, I mean, my mom was my mom went through the ups and downs or whatever raising. I got I grew up with 5 brothers and sisters. I got 6 now. She started over when I was like 19. And it wasn't that it was like rough. My mom really I think she did an amazing job in that sense. Like she kept us away. Like we weren't in the streets, but we could see it. Like we could go, like I didn't have, like I could go outside, but I could also stay right here and see exactly what my mom's telling us we can't be doing. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it wasn't like, so like my mom, cause my mom grew up in Los Angeles. So it's not like she didn't see it. So her explaining it to us early was like, yo, you can see it right there. Look. And so as we look and see like,
that's really funny.
Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so then my mom, we weren't affluent in any shape, way, form, or fashion, but my mom definitely did her best. So it didn't seem like we were poor.
No. And I mean, you got a big family, so you got a lot of love around you, I would assume.
100%. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't seem like anything was wrong.
Yeah.
Until I started seeing stuff. It was like, people was like you guys have, you guys got bars on your door, on your windows? Like, yeah, why don't you guys? Then you look at the neighborhood and go, yeah, they got to run a long fucking way. You know what I'm saying? Like for us, you disappear in the next bush. They'll get you. See that line, boss? Yeah, as soon as you cross it, those, because they had space and like it was just a different understanding. And so once I started seeing it, I was like, oh, maybe the world I grew up in isn't normal. Maybe that wasn't normal. And so then but this all kind of happened as I was growing up, like in my teens and my early 20s.
So where'd you go to high school here?
I went to East. High school. My mom relocated to DC, so I was at Bowie High School for 6 months in Prince George County. I came home.
My wife was just in DC this last week. Can I interject a story before I forget it?
Go ahead.
Because I'm so bad about this. I will forget. And you're going to love this story. I hope. Because I was crying in the car hearing this.
Far away.
TSA. There's the wildest TSA story I have ever heard. So,
DCA or Dulles?
She takes the train from DC up to B-More, flying out of B-More direct to Denver.
BWI, yep.
And I'm like, all right, B-More's awesome. I'm like, TSA at B-More. I know exactly what that's like because dad pilot, I've been around, like traveled. So she's telling me, she's like, all right, this white guy's in front of me, this older white guy in his 40s, and he's like being rude. And we're like going through the detectors and the black lady that's working like can't get his image off the screen, so she calls over a supervisor, and they have to like do a pat down, and I can see the image, she says, and it's like right on his crotch. And so this other black TSA guy comes over, and this white guy's like, she gives him the whole run, like, all right, I gotta touch you, it might be uncomfortable, is there any spots of you that might be tender? And he's like, no, I don't want you touching me, N-word. And so my wife's like, pearl clutches, like, what? And so this white guy proceeds to, as he's getting ready for the pat down, spread his legs, middle finger up to the lady, to the guy that's going to do the pat down, and then to everyone around in the entire TSA, her included, waiting next in line for her back. And so she's like, I hope the machine goes slow so I can see the rest of this. Just waiting there, just soaking it in, like, and oh my gosh. Okay. So the guy goes one leg, goes up the leg. As he comes to the crotch area, the man explorts out as loud as he can, my wife says, faggot! right back down the leg. Moves over to the other leg. Goes up and goes, N-words, as loud as he can. Like, I don't know why he didn't hit it the second time. Like, he went back to his roots. Reverted back. He had to hit the original. He couldn't hit the F again. He had to go back to the old reliable for him.
That's wild.
And so yeah, this hunk. And so I think I missed a part in there about like asking about a private room and him being like, I'm not letting you N-words take me into anywhere. Something like that. It's like, whoo.
I mean, I ain't gonna bullshit. I'd be a little skeptical myself.
Like so I'm like, I immediately, as a broken-brained economist, start thinking through how fucked, like the joke here, the tag to this. You tell the story, and then the tag or the like the poignant part is that structural racism. It's not not getting into a bank. It's this dude getting called the N-word at his job, having to do the math on the fly to say, I can't fucking deck this dude because I'm gonna make $35K and feed my kids and what, like, and he's worth so much more than that on the auction block. My wife hated when I did that part last night. She was like, she got mad. That was starting to fight.
Oh, that is beautiful.
But that's the bit.
That is oh my God, that is a beautiful
You're the first to hear it.
That is an amazing bit right there. That's fucking, you threw me for a loop.
I got to do that in a black club.
No, I'll do it in a white club too. See how they see.
Yeah, no, I'd love to make some octogenarian whites.
Honestly, the reason why is because I'm over here thinking like, yeah, man, why would he's not gonna punch this dude for his job because like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna be racist all day. I still need to do this or whatever. Oh, not fucking block, eh?
But like he's worth way more than he gets paid. And I'm standing up for him in the joke, right? Like the joke is the fact that he's being underpaid.
Little does he know he has more value.
Yes. It's horseshit. It's all, and that's structural racism. It's not that's a direct example of what structural racism is.
And I just wonder, like, even the dude,
because he's committing. Because I immediately interjected right at the start of the story. I go, well, he's committing federal crimes. Does he know that? And she goes, well, I wanted to start telling him right away. I wanted to be like, hey, stop, but I couldn't like bear it. I wanted to see what happened.
It is
as soon as you have any aggression towards TSA, it's a federal crime. So that the minute that dude had any speech that could be interpreted by those officers as aggressive,
I mean,
yes, it is a federal crime. It's a minimum penalty of $12.50.
Where does free speech end, though?
I mean, that's a fun. That would be a fun case in court, would it not? That'd be an interesting thing to see how many times he can say. I'm not advocating
what he's doing in any shape, way, form, or fashion, but where would free speech end? Because it's not like he didn't yell fire. He can't do that. He didn't threaten anybody. He couldn't do that.
I don't know. You could. If I'm opposing a counsel, I'm arguing that his physical gestures to the entire area is a direct threat.
That's free speech. You know what I'm saying? Unless he said, "I'm going to kill every one of you motherfuckers," that would change kind of the interpretation of what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's trying to antagonize us to get us to do harm or something to where physical an altercation can arise, but I don't think that I personally don't think that that's what happened. I'm not saying that's not what he was trying to do, but it was more like he was just expressing himself very negatively. And as somebody who can get negative himself, I don't think he had done anything outside the confines of free speech personally, until he had, until he had made a threat, until he had, done something, because fuck you. I mean, I feel like this when I was younger, I'd flip off the cops.
And I think I would every single time want to stand up for your right to be able to flip off the cops, regardless of what you look like.
And TSA is an arm of the police.
But it's a federal arm. Here's where it gets weird.
So you're telling me I can't flip off ICE?
Yeah, I mean, that's they're trying to operate like it.
Right.
I'm telling you.
The way they operate and the legality of it clearly are two different lines that we're clearly on the...
No.
Where obviously...
We got to codify this out a little bit better.
For sure.
Because we don't have it.
But I think, even if you flipped off a fucking politician, you can flip off Donald Trump. They just boot the fuck out of him at Madison Square Gardens. And that's a big fuck you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to equate it to free speech until he makes a threat, until he does something threatening,
until he puts his hands on that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's where
that sucks,
that's the line, because I think the line is like the ability to say whatever you want. It sucks when it's like, let's say like we're watching the news and there's obviously some of these very visceral commentators who say stuff that's just like beyond the pale, where we're like, yo, come on, but they're not doing anything. Pot stirrers, that's a good way to put it. But they're not doing anything wrong, just like this man that you're describing, in the sense of his was just more direct. The people were right there. You know what I'm saying? Because the same people who use the N-word, the same people who use the F-word that you use, the same people who use...
I only used it actually because...
No.
I will give you this caveat. earned using that word.
No shit.
So we don't need to dive into the details of that, but
I feel you.
But
I mean, for me, I think if it's in a dictionary, I can use it.
Well,
and that's my definition.
You're welcome to the Vatican City of free speech inside the country of free speech.
Yeah, like, I mean, if I use it in the context that it's in a dictionary, I feel it's free game. I'm not Shakespeare yet. You know how Shakespeare was like, this word's not in a dictionary. I should make it up.
Oh, I make up. Yeah, I go for new words.
What does that mean? Oh, you'll never find out because I'm haven't wrote my dictionary yet. Did we lose videos? Let me call the IT guy. No worries. Oh, yeah, shout-outs, too.
If the camera just literally bit the dust for the last time because I did that joke, I'm going to feel so sad.
That's how good the joke is.
I don't think so.
That's how you know it kills. Cameras, too.
Cameras die at this.
It's a killer joke. It killed my camera. Who doesn't have an opinion about jokes? You're going to tell me all the porno your cameras watched and it got insulted by a race joke.
Folks, we're so sorry, but we'll be right back. We love you. We're back after technical difficulties. Sincere apologies.
Don't apologize. That joke killed, dog. That joke killed the camera, dog.
Let's get back to your story, man. So you're growing up, big family, lots of love. You're seeing your mom's like giving you great wisdom from a young age about how the world works.
Yeah, I mean, she just put it out there. Like, I mean, she was more. She didn't really point to the good as much as she pointed to the bad, but she more pointed like it out. Like, that's going to get you, that's bad, that's not good, that's not good. So then as I got older, people didn't point me that way. They'd be like, yo, look at that, look at this. And it wasn't that she was wrong or doing wrong. It's just that she can only point me to what she sees and what she has known type deal. So I got that understanding of that. And so that kind of helped propel me because I wasn't like terrible in school. I was pretty good. You know, I had upper pretty good grades, and then I got to high school and I switched through a handful of high schools until I ended up going back to East my final year, and I ended up going to get my GED. Then I went back to Emily Griffith to get my diploma. So I got a GED and a diploma. I saw all my friends graduate in 2002. I went to the graduation I should have been at and watched all my friends graduate, and I couldn't stop crying. And so I went and got my GED maybe like, I don't know, less than a week later. I had my GED in 45 minutes. And they gave me 5 tests, smashed through them. And then they gave me my GED like certificate because they did that back then. And I cried about it. Like, I was just kind of dissatisfied. And that was kind of like one of the first times that I kind of realized that I could do better. And so then from
what had led to you, if you don't mind me asking, like what had led to that, not the high school not finishing on the path you originally?
Oh, it changed because like my mom relocated.
The relocation just...
Yeah, my mom relocated when I was right before my junior year. And by time I got to the realization I needed to take this shit serious, it was 2 years later. And I was like a senior. And it was you know, my friends were graduating. Like I said, the seriousness never didn't kick in. I had already had my own place by then. You know what I'm saying? I was chilling. Like, I would go into the school, get some weed, we'd go hit the liquor store. I want to get one of my homies. We'd grab some bitches. We out here. We don't have to be here all day. And so then the seriousness kind of kicked in around late 17, 18, where it was like, fuck, like, you gotta do something. Like, and I didn't understand like achievements at the time, but I knew that the main one you gotta get is the first one. And, you know, it was like a high school diploma. So after I got my GED, it was like, damn, I didn't even get the fucking first achievement. You know, like, that's dumb.
And
And so I went back for a year, and I got my I was at parties doing homework. I busted my motherfucking ass. But it was because I tried to go back to a regular high school, and I was so far behind. They were like, it's gonna take you more, like, we can't give you enough classes to graduate. So I went to Emily Griffith, and Emily Griffith was like, oh shit, here goes all the work for all the classes you need. It was fucking papers stacked this fucking high. And I was like, they were like, this is all the work you need. For everything, math, science, this, you got to go write 6 or 7 essays and read these 4 books or whatever, and you'll graduate. And I was like, I mean, like, after I looked at it, I was like, hell yeah, that's dope. Then
Then you got into the grind.
Got into it. Yeah, it's like,
fuck.
That saying that, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
That was kind of the first time I had seen like doing something like taking the chip
delayed
off.
gratification.
Yeah, the chip, taking each chip off, until eventually you only have one chip, and you're like, hell yeah, shit, I ate this whole fucking thing.
Fuck yeah.
And
which was not the feeling you got from that GED experience.
Not at all. Right. Because I could put it like this: if that were the case, I could have got my GED 4 years before. I didn't have to go to high school if I wanted to get a GED. You know what I mean? I could have just got a GED right after 8th grade. And went straight into fucking being a plumber. Who fucking? I mean, I don't. Right. At the time, don't let me tell you the availability of that in the sense of it was 2000, but just where I went through high school all 4 years, and I come out with something saying that I didn't finish high school. Right. It's kind of tough. It's like even
that makes sense.
Yeah, like something later in life. We'll get to it. It happened. That kind of happened again, and it was really really uplifting. It's kind of what got me to this point too. But so then high school happened after that. Partying, chilling, 18, 19, 20, 21. My best friend died at 21. I was 21. He was 22. He died. Car accident. Yep. The week, 2 weeks after All-Star Weekend. So All-Star Weekend was here in 2005. We partied. We got fucking hammered. One of my pictures on the wall is him and I dressed because we were going to go to the Puff Daddy party. It was we were gonna go. It was different times, but the name of the party, it was like Diamonds and Furs. So you had, you put your earrings in, your necklaces on, or whatever, and then you had a fur coat or a fur whatever, and we had furs, and so I went to like a garage sale to to get something, and we saw these furs. He had one from his grandma, but I saw some furs, and I was like, fuck it, we're going to this party next week, let's get it. So I grabbed I grabbed all the furs. They weren't real or nothing, but they were all so I got this fucking flake fluffed up fur, some glasses on. My homie's got his fur. It was a tight picture.
Living large, as my Uncle Bo would say.
Living large. Yeah, it was a great week. And he ended up passing away 2 weeks after that, the first week of March. And so
this is somebody you grew up with.
Yeah, well, I mean, more since high school. Okay. So high school, I met him in middle school. We really started kicking it my freshman year. He was a sophomore. He was the quarterback and shit. So, hanging out with a cool kid when I definitely what you get. I mean, I didn't wear Chucks, but this is what you got when I was a kid. So I wasn't cool. So I hung out with really cool people, like my homie Poncho, my homie Sleaze, Andrew. These were just cool people.
That was a severe step down from the first two names to Andrew. Poncho, Sleaze, Andrew.
Well, Sleaze's name is Andrew. We called him Sleaze Money. See, we called him Sleaze Money. He got it. I can't think 100% where he got it from, but there was a interlude in an album where the dude's name was Jay Jerkin Niggas, and but what he did is he was robbing his artist. He was stealing. Basically, it was. I think it was like a Locks. Don't let me say. It might have been the Locks interlude, but he's stealing from his artist, and he's like, "Yo, let's. What's up with the numbers?" He's like, "Oh, we'll talk about the numbers later. Whatever." And then my homie Sleaze was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm robbing all my artists type shit. Sleaze Money over here." And then that just became the lore before the word lore even took on the lore that it has now. And but. He was dope, dude. So that's, that was kind of like my entry into the world of
That was the glass shattering for you? When he passed, the illusion of youth?
Oh my God. When he died, that was the toughest shit. Cause it was you have somebody sitting right here on your couch, and then, I was 21 years old. They're telling you he's never going to be on your couch ever again. And it's I don't believe you. I've been living this, we've been living this is what we do. How are you going to tell me that this isn't going to happen? And then the reality of that was, especially, I mean, obviously it's happened to younger people while they were younger. I understand, but when I was 21 years old, in the mix of clubbing and going hard, All-Star Weekend, we were in the streets and we were making some money. It was that first thing, and the first big loss was my best friend. And then obviously spiral. I fucking failed out of college. I was in college at the time. Failed out of college. I lost the job I had. I probably did more pills of ecstasy than Bear could fucking print. It was wow. It was tough. Yeah, I had to.
Still in here in Denver the whole time?
Yeah, I'm still there now. I was in like I said, I have my own place right across the street from Manual High School. I was chilling, but I was fucked up.
You were down bad, as the kids say.
Down bad, but it wasn't just me. It was me and all my friends. We were
the group of the homies.
Yeah, we were all just down bad. You know what I'm saying? Just fucked up. And so then, I got in trouble. My homie died in a car accident, drinking, driving. So just him by himself, and
another homie.
No, the same person.
Andrew.
Okay. And then a year later, my dumbass gets a DUI. 60 days after that, I get another DUI.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. Derek Stroop tells a story. He tells a joke where he was like, I got a DUI and I say it's in a year because I think 2 months would be too bad or whatever. I literally got 2 DUIs in 60 days. I got one on January 10th, 2006, and then I got one March 10th, 2006.
Wow.
And then, so I was in trouble. I actually got in trouble once because I went to court. I was in trouble for...
They got you for both at the same time?
At the same time. So I went to court for the first one. He told me whatever. I went to court for the second one, and the judge was like, "What'd they give you for the first one?" It was like, all this. He was like, "Just get that shit done and stop fucking drinking." I didn't stop drinking, but I got everything done, except for the part where I got my license, so I ended up getting in trouble for driving without a license. That's the shit that set me down. I was in fucking ankle bracelet for like 5 months on that shit.
Damn.
And the second I got out of ankle bracelet, they gave me a piece of paper. This is 2007. Like September 2007, they gave me a piece of paper that was like, you don't get your license back until fucking 2013. 2013. Whoa. No, it was late 2006 because it was 7 years. It was the end of September 2006 because I had just got the charge. Because I had the DUIs. Then at the end of the year, I got the driving without a license because I just had 2 DUIs. And so they sent me a paper saying, you don't get your license back until 2013. And if you remember, there was a movie called Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. And in the movie starts in 2013. It's like a movie in the future. It starts in 2013. And I was like, that's the fucking future. I'm never going to get a license. It's in movies as the future. It's the future. Like, that shit's way too fucking far for me. So, so then knowing that the only options that I had was getting killed in the streets or going to jail because I'm going to get in a car, you know what I'm saying, somehow, some way. So it was more like I need to leave. So then I was sitting there thinking like, oh, let me go to New York. Let me go to Los Angeles. Let me go to Atlanta. And then I had some friends be like, yeah, let's, we just got back from Spain. I was like, y'all just got back from where? They're like, yeah, we just got back from Spain. We was out there like 6 months partying, chilling, fucking bitches, getting it in. I was like, shut the fuck up. And before that, I'd put I knew I was leaving, and I wasn't going to America at this time. I'd already drawn out. I'm not going here, not going there. Like I said, I wasn't going to Kansas City. Not happening.
Iran, no.
Yeah, so I, not happening. Afghanistan, I'm not popping.
A pass.
So I put a world map on a dartboard. I threw 3 darts, and I'd hit Europe, South America, or Peru, and Africa. But I would only have gone to South Africa because my image of Africa is it was stupid then, and it's better now because I've been, and globalization, I can see it.
Right.
But then I was like, I'm not about to go to fucking Nigeria. I ain't going to get the fuck out of here. They're going to ship me right back on a fucking boat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so,
I gotta pull these. I hate to interrupt you, but I gotta
pull the wings.
Pull the wings. If you would like to join us for the eating, we are going to eat these fabulous chicken wings together.
Yeah. And I'll tell you about Spain.
Head over to patreon.com/intolerable. Just join us, support us. I'll make you a keychain, make you a hat by hand. Just lots of free content and fun, and you get to see us eat chicken wings and help.
Did you say by hand?
By hand. I'm stitching them by hand. Hats by hand.
What?
Yeah, we're making the patches in the USA and then stitching them with this hand right here.
Not only is it a USA made, it's hand motherfucking made by the person you see.
We're just trying to do things genuine as much as we can, and thank you for all of our supporters. It really does mean the world. We can't do it without you. You make this show possible. So join us over there, patreon.com/intolerable. We'll be right back.
Goop.
So you use that thing to sync the audio to the video.
Yeah.
That's what they do it for in the movie theaters or in the movie making?
They might do it for other, more. It's for syncing things, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. For me, I'm taking the camera and then I just take the audio from here.
Yeah.
And I'm working with them in post separately.
Yeah, so when the audio
when this cuts out, that's what I have to stitched together, basically.
Yeah. And then when you hear that, that's where the audio lays, and that's fucking so. I see that shit. I've seen that shit.
Make my life a little easier.
I've seen that shit at fucking for 40 some odd years with making movies and shit, and I was like, why the fuck do they do that?
We're back. We're live, folks. It's the After Hours show. I know that was a little unconventional, but our bellies are full of chicken. We had lovely eating. Please join us over on patreon.com/InTALLerable if you'd like to hear the full uncut story. We basically went from where we were. So, if you want to continue with us, it's really not that expensive to do it, and it's worth every penny. And whenever you get to $16, I will hand make you a hat. So you get free content, free hat. Why not?
So you're telling me you get a hat after 16? So
as soon
in
as
8
they
months,
hit the cost of me paying for and the hat, my labor being completely free in the whole situation. Yep.
So after 8 months, you get a hat.
Yeah. If you go the $2 tier, yeah, that's true.
There you go. So if
you just
$4 there is 4 months or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And you're just helping put more great smoked meat into great people's mouths like yourself. That's awesome. Speaking of which, it's time for a wing review.
Oh, let's do it.
Ronell, what do you give those wings?
Oh, what are we comparing them to? Wingstop, I'll give them a 9.5. Woody's wings, I give them a 10 because Woody's fucking suck. Where would be Fire in the Mountain's got some fire wings, so I'll put them up there with Fire in the Mountain.
Oh yeah,
they're in that Fire in the Mountain. They were bigger too. Fire in the Mountain has those little wings that kind of piss you off, but they're so seasoned, so good. You're like, but they're like fucking big. So you had bigger wings, so you beat Fire in the Mountain. So you got some good, and then you smoked them literally right there. You saw them getting smoked. It's not like you fucking because normally when I go and get wings, I normally get fried, like the wings I like. Yeah. I prefer them fried.
Right.
I have a preference. So then
Most
when you say
Americans do.
I'm going to smoke them, it's like, all right, cool, just whatever. All right, try me. And it's not that I've never had them before. It's just not the typical way. It's almost like an added bonus. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like having barbecue and then putting the sauce on. It's just like an added bonus. And people are like, oh, you can't eat barbecue without the sauce. Like, that's dumb. I will eat barbecue without the sauce. I like the sauce, but if it's not here, we're still eating it.
Right,
you know that,
right? For sure.
Yeah, so
it's barbecue. If you've got brisket, I want it.
Yeah, period. Like, you want sauce or bread? Shit. On days I have a plate, I'll take the sauce. Days I don't have a plate, I'll take the bread. That's just how it works.
Yeah, right. A man of utility. Well, thank you.
A man of utility.
It means a lot to get to serve you wings here and chop it up with you.
No, man, this is a great thing. This is a better way to spend my morning than fucking sitting around wondering what I want to do until work on Monday or comedy tonight. I got shows tonight. I got shows. I'm in Parker and Denver tonight.
Nice.
3 shows.
I'm a bit backlog, so we will be in the past at this point. But
perfect.
Where can the people, we'll plug it in right here as a good spot, I guess, as well as the end. Where can the people find you, follow you, support you?
So my name is Ronell Hardin. You can find me at ronellhardin.com. That's my website. I should have my dates updated on there pretty regularly. I try to do a good job at that. I'm the worst at it. I was telling him I have the worst agent, the worst fucking manager, worst social media team, worst marketing team, and the main reason why is because it's me. and so you can find me on Instagram at lameassronell, lameassronell. I might change it to 3 S's just to stand out. Lame ass Ronell, just to stand out a little bit, but it's right now it's just lame ass Ronell. Facebook Ronell Hardin, find me. YouTube, if you go to YouTube, like and subscribe, because I hear that's what they say to do or whatever, but really I'd like it if you commented on one of on the jokes. Like, if you see a joke or whatever, just comment on it. Say it sucks, say you don't like it, say it made your mom mad, say my girlfriend thinks you're abhorrent, like whatever, just comment on it, because I think that's probably the best gauge. Like, I think TikTok's really good for comics too, but I think the best gauge of individuality comes from YouTube, because the people are kind of like, are actually engaged. Like, I think that somebody was explaining it to me about like followers, like 1 million followers on TikTok, or the equivalent of having 100,000 followers on Instagram. Which is the equivalent of having 10,000 followers on Facebook, which is the equivalent of having 1,000 followers on YouTube.
Wow.
Because of how the money will work. So if you get 1 million people on TikTok, you make $20. You get 1,000 people on YouTube, you make $20.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's so for,
if you're monetizing.
If you're I'm not monetizing yet, but I feel that you get the engagement from somebody on YouTube. Somebody on YouTube will show up to your show.
Yeah, I agree.
Somebody on TikTok, it takes 100 people on TikTok to show up for that one person to show up to your show. So that's why I really like the support on YouTube. And not let's say like and subscribe, because I think all the people who put shit on there say that. For me, it's more comment. Just make a comment. Like,
and is it just your name on YouTube?
Oh yeah, Ronell Hardin. Okay. Yep, just Ronell Hardin. Hardin. We talked about that earlier.
Ronell Hardin.
Yeah. So and then you can find me. I'm at a Comedy Works regularly downtown. I'm starting to get regularly booked at the Improv. Also, I know they're competing clubs, but fuck it, whoever pays me, baby. I'm showing up.
Hey, bro.
And then like I said, I'm trying to be around the city as much as I can. I asked you what your aspirations were with the comedy, and I wanted to answer what the pinnacle for your comedy would be. And for me, my pinnacle would be able to sell, let's say, 100 tickets in 20 cities. That would be kind of the pinnacle. That's when I would know that this is the traction. I'm not losing tread when I get traction in comedy. When if I can sell 100 tickets in 20 different cities, and that's not a big ask.
Can't you do that the day of, just being the person you are in those cities, going around selling those tickets?
No, don't nobody fucking know Ronell. God damn it, no.
Face to face with charisma, you don't think?
I don't think I meet 100.
Are you talking about like at clubs or bar shows?
I would say ticket sales. I don't give a fuck where it's at. If I could sell 100 tickets, I don't give a fuck how. Whether we do it if I did 2 shows, 250 people show. If I can sell 50 tickets a weekend, 100 tickets a weekend in 20 different cities. I would consider that, let's say, I've made it. I think I would consider myself in the 1% of comics if I can do that. Now, would it be what number exactly? Maybe 10% of comics can probably do that. But I would consider myself in the top tier if I can get there, because that's really all you need. What is a book I read? 1,000 fans. Right. You only need 1,000 fans. If you had 1,000 people spend $100 a year, you make $100,000 a year. Minus taxes, you make $75,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's like, oh, taxes are $36,000. Not when you're a fucking business, homie, dummy. You don't pay taxes on revenue in business. It's on profit. Learn how to. Stupid. So, with that said, you're really just
start a business.
Start a business.
Start a business.
I don't give a fuck if you could get lucky enough to get your job to pay you in your EIN to your business would be the dopest shit, because that means you can write off everything you do for the business. Like, I was in the bathroom taking a shit. Write that shit out. Fucking toilet, anything you do would be a write-off, because they literally just paid a business. You're almost like an independent contractor that they took the taxes out for already.
But they wouldn't take a tax out for you anymore. That's the thing. I think that's the separator.
Oh, they wouldn't do that?
I think that's the thing that separates W-2 employees from...
You would be... I get it. If you're a 1099 employee, if you're paid, they pay you as a contractor. But if you are a 1099 employee and you're using your business EIN, they're already taking the taxes out. So everything that you do throughout the year, you run it through your EIN, they're taking X amount of money out for your taxes anyway.
Right. So if you have it set up like that,
can go make $100,000 and be like, hey, I already took fucking $10,000. Whatever, and they'd be like, oh, how much did your business make?
Right.
I don't know, 40. Cool. Well, we took 10. Oh, 25%. Let's go.
Right.
So it's
yep. That is definitely a better
It's
system.
a game. Now, don't let me I'm not a CPA, but you might go to jail for some of the shit I'm saying, but...
Not financial advice.
I would say it sounds like it works. You know what I'm saying? Like shit.
I know a lot of those PPP loan people are getting busted for the fraudulent PPP loans.
Idiots, because they made it to where you could have got it forgiven. Right there, all you had to do was fucking fill out the next paper. You know, the ones that you were lying on? You could have lied on the third one. And they would have gave it. You guys are stupid.
Yeah.
But
isn't that crazy?
Just dumb. Like, they gave.
Isn't that wild that you know that? So yeah, exactly. It's literally that they just didn't lie the third time.
Are you just gonna stop here? They gave you the money and you're gonna stop telling the lie.
It's just wild.
And then what the shit that fucked me up is the lies people were telling where they got the money from. Like, during that time, like, they gave me a couple dollars for a PPP loan, and I said it like, yo, I bought a kitchen. I had just bought a house, I bought a kitchen. Thank you, PPP. I appreciate it. But you'd meet people who good and goddamn well ain't made fucking more than $70,000 in their life, get a fucking PPP loan for like 60 or 70 plus whatever the fuck they were doing during COVID. They pull up and some shit like, yeah, man, I made a play, I made a move. I was like, no, you didn't. Joe Biden gave you fucking
taxpayer
50,000 taxpayer dollars from those $2 trillion coins they printed. Did you remember that shit? Tell me that wasn't the coolest shit. I was like, what? They printed $2 trillion coins so they can give us all $1,500? They should do that every year.
I mean, MMT go off.
I want those coins.
I'm trying to loosen this for you.
Oh, you got the kitty cat stuck?
Oh, it looks like this is...
He's got to free the pussy. Sometimes you got to free the pussy. Yeah. And one thing I like about this, too, is how, like, it's just you and I. So it's literally like two people just rampant. Now, the part where if we would have had more people, it would have been more like...
we get more laughs.
More laughs, but it would have been more like the Pat McAfee show. Like somebody would have said something and somebody would be like, no, you're not gonna believe this. And so, like, I don't know. I think there's pros and cons to it, but I really like this intimate, like the more intimate setting, like where it's like, you know what I'm saying, we both can analyze something that we kind of put out there and it kind of gets left there instead of having to do a round robin. You know what I'm saying? Because it feels like we've just plowed through fucking topics.
It is definitely different dynamic. You're completely right. I do like 3 on mic. 3 on mic is nice as well. 3 on mic with a producer that is quiet is nice too.
I was thinking the producer would be on mic because then they can interject. Like you say something and they'd be like, "No, that's wrong. That's." I mean,
that would be helpful.
That's an incorrect statement.
We do lots of incorrect statements. They just happen. It's called free speech. It's called being wrong.
It is called being wrong.
You know what's fun is that I'll make incorrect statements, like, and then I'll have to edit. I'll hear myself make an incorrect statement, and I'll have to be like, "Well, fuck." I know that's the wrong country, and I have to still put, it is what it is.
Yeah,
a lot of that, but that's the game we play, right?
That is the game we play. But I also think that being mindful of knowing that you're dumb enough to make the mistake.
I'm just trying to fucking to be frank with you with this show. Like, it can take lots of roads, but I am really just trying to learn via the interaction with other people.
Yeah.
And one thing I've learned about it is that I could think about or prepare a lot of questions to ask you and be really tied to these questions. And I've done that for portions of the show. What I've learned is that the best version of the show is when I come in and I am completely mindful and give myself to whatever is going to be this. And then I just go. We just go.
Yeah. It's like a bar conversation.
Almost. Exactly. We just go. And whatever those grooves and lanes are, I've wanted to work in the BWI joke. I found a way to shoehorn it in because I needed to, because I would forget to do it by the time I do the next pod.
Fucking hilarious too, yo. It's a misdirection, but it's not. It ends up being a misdirection, but it's not a misdirection.
I told her while she was telling me, I'm like, you wrote this, it's written as a joke. It just needs this here, it's like the story itself is set up as a joke.
Yeah, like they say.
I thought he was going to come back for the second half myself. I'm like,
some shit writes itself.
Yeah.
Or what does they say? You can't make this shit up.
You cannot make that shit up.
Like that is, I think that's a cliche thing, but there's literally, it happens where it's you have no idea.
You couldn't, if you're an edgelord comic and you're thinking up edgelord situation, you can't make that up.
Yeah.
That's what it's true. It really is and you know this as much or more than I do, but it's a feeling thing. As you talk about that relationship with the audience through your material, through these, what did you say? Symphony notes?
It's sheet music.
Sheet music, thank you. Through the sheet music that you're working through, that relationship that you're forming with the audience and the feedback loop that you're getting, that's, they know. They know if it's genuine or not. And so, I
just heard that too. Somebody said that the audience really loves it when you're talking shit and they think it's unrehearsed. And I didn't, so I've been trying to do that with my comedy. I've been trying to talk through my jokes instead of set my jokes up. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just going, hey, a little bit about me. It's man, aren't y'all tired of this stupid shit, man? This shit's dumb, man. About me.
You know what's fun? So here's one thing I have picked up through being a sponge in the room of the greats of there's levels to the thing. Like the MC has a job with the crowd, a unique relationship job.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
The feature has a unique relationship job.
Understood,
Like these things are like, valuable to know and understand. If you're on a bar show, it's different. You're on a showcase, it's different.
I remember I got the fucking light 3 minutes into my fucking 10-minute set because the person running the show was like, yo, you can't do those jokes. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, not that you can't be dirty. It's just that you're trying to walk over the people behind you. Just go out there and get them riled up. Don't go out there and try to kill. Like he's like, I mean, kill, like do good, like that, but don't go out there and try to be more impressionable than the person that you're trying to set up to be the most impressionable. Yeah, I was like, fuck. I was like, so just change my whole set. He's like, I can call somebody else if you want me to. I was like, nope, give me. I had an hour basically to go rewrite a whole set, and I made it through with topical stuff that just lifted up the room.
Yeah.
And he was like, that was pretty impressive. He's like, I don't think another comic would have took it the way you did.
Love that.
You know what I'm saying? Because
you didn't take old material or just repackage things.
But I also wasn't hurt about it. Like he didn't hurt my feelings.
Right,
he didn't tell me I wasn't funny. He didn't tell me I wasn't good. He told me what I was doing was wrong. He didn't talk shit about my work. He didn't talk shit about me. He just said, like,
he did it. He approached it in a very coach way, and you were very coachable.
Yeah.
And that's like all you can hope for when you're trying to get better at a thing.
Yeah. Now he hasn't booked me again, but I'm not saying he didn't book me because he hasn't booked me again because I fucked up the
Whether
first show.
Whether he books you again or not can't deject from the positive experience you can draw from this.
That's what I'm saying. Like I learned that when I'm hosting, my job as a host is to just go up there and do well enough to keep the room warm.
You wanted my metaphor that I've come up with?
Mm-hmm.
As a host, you're the train. Everyone's coming onto the train. Your job as the host is to welcome everyone onto the train, make them feel comfortable in where they're seated, and the fact that they're going to look at sites out each side together.
Okay.
That's your only job. And then the next person comes on, and they're ready to look at sites, and they just go into looking at sites.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person that they're really excited to see comes on, and the train's already emotionful and train's going.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's it. My job is to get you on the train, relaxed, comfortable, in that first drink. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Or that first round of drinks to you, whatever. And then I set you up for you to start to get your meal, get your thing going. And then as you put your napkin down, the entertainment comes out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the perfect analogy. I mean, that's what, and I learned that. I had to learn.
Yeah.
But
like I guess talk about different strokes, different folks. No path is right for everyone. If like I've learned that through myself and my path of being a door guy. Like that's not rep. I didn't learn that through like being on a mic. Or
You
on a
saw
stage.
that.
I sponged that, man.
Yeah. No, but that's dope though. I think that there's a part where like we learned it two different ways. You learned it from somebody else's mistake, and I had to go make.
Not even like just learn of just general like reps of like. I'm not even throwing you on the bus. Yeah. Not even like.
Yeah, but I had to make the mistake.
Right.
That's how I learned it. Like I didn't see somebody go up there and do like I know this motherfucker would be way better than that, but like no, my job is just to.
Yes.
I didn't get
so
that.
Maybe that's my like path of like I'm hoping I'm reducing the mistakes that I make for those times I am hitting mic.
Don't.
Whatever.
We're not.
Yeah. Fair.
We're not in a place. We're not in a place where the mistakes like you're not.
Doesn't matter either way. Bro.
Yeah, like you're not.
No, I'm with you there. You're
not playing with electricity. You know what I'm saying? The mistake's not going to kill you. The mistake's not going to make or break your career. The mistakes, I mean, let's say, could you not get booked again in a certain spot? Sure, in that sense. But the mistakes, like, I think that making the mistake could be what breaks you. Like, you think of Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis made a mistake and got fired from SNL. Best thing that could have ever happened to him.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that in our game, making the mistake is what makes us better. The ability to. You know what I'm saying? And having no fear. Because you think of some comics who you go up there and be like, why the fuck would he say that? For starters, he or she didn't have the fear to say it. And if it's good, bad, or indifferent, they have to deal with it. But what we're learning is in this world, this hyperactive or this hypersensitive world, that it's actually benefiting when people are mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking.
Yeah, but that's a bad feedback loop. That's like I got to step in objectively and be like, that would be me leaning into evil and away from good. And that's what I struggle with the clips too, because the whole business side of the podcast thing now is like you need to have these short form digestible things because no one's going long form. So that's fine.
Yeah.
But the whole thing I do is about the genuine long form hang. So it's like to reduce down our 2.5 hours of hanging out to 60 seconds that someone gets to then draw inference about. It's like, so it's cancerous, bro. It's part of the cancerous feedback loop. So when I'm doing the clips, I'm doing them by hand, taking the time to do it because it's like, okay, I'm learning editing along the way, blah, 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 blah. But also I can sleep at night knowing I'm not feeding AI slop just out there when I could be.
True to that. But it's also, we were talking about it where it's like dating. Your comedy is...
Yeah, I gotta just do it.
You have to do it. Like, they're gonna keep swiping left until they see something from you to swipe right on. Yeah. And so where, if you don't put anything out there, you have less chances of them for you to swipe right on. And that's the world we're in. It's not that, like... obviously you're more mature for somebody in their 20s type deal, but you're not an analog kid. I'm an analog kid and a digital adult. So it's like where there's certain shit that I don't want to do. Like, I don't want to put any of my stuff in the cloud. I have stuff in the cloud because that's the world in, but for the most part, 80% of my pictures and everything are on my hard drive because I don't put shit in the cloud like that because I'm analogish. My mind doesn't allow me to give you control of this thing. Just certain shit. Like, I still have a calculator on my desk. I still prefer to use, like, I'm one of those people who, like...
I hate opening the app. I'd rather have a physical calculator.
AI is forced on me. Like,
do you know you can claim religious exemption if you're Catholic? Let me interject a fun piece of news. So the Pope gives this evangelicalization recently about AI.
Just the other day about AI.
Yeah. It was like, it's
at this point like a month or
something. Yeah. And in this, he's talking about it like it's the Antichrist, and it's like our job as Catholics to push back against it. That's part of the evangelicalization. He's speaking to the Catholic body as a whole, worldwide. Crazy. So now in the United States, the fun part about U.S. codified law is that the next day, what the fuck? I make the joke to my coworker and my boss. I'm like, someone's going to claim religious exemption from AI tools. I send this. I'm like, here's the joke. This will happen. The next day it happened.
That's crazy.
Someone's already gotten a software engineer exempt from having to use the AI tools that their company is promoting because of their Catholic religious exemption.
That's crazy.
So, bro, and I'm fascinated because I'm like a fanboy of like, oh yeah, let's just see where the law goes. It's like fun. I'm interested in it.
I don't believe in the law as much as I believe in science. I think science is going to move so much faster. I mean, you think the internet is so lackadaisical. They have more laws on it now, but in the sense of they're using like a law that they wrote in like 1996.
Yeah, they need to update stuff.
But they're using that same law for fucking online gambling.
Right.
They're using that same law for Kelshi. They're using that same law for fucking OnlyFans.
Well, technology is advancing at a rate that the law can't keep up with, which is why you have things like this happen. And then how our law works is it's a common law system. So cases have to be brought. We interpret the law based on other things that have happened.
Yeah, due to precedent.
Right, basically. Precedent, basically, yeah. So lawyers will go in and say, well, this happened in this case, and that's why we have to make this decision in this case. Yeah. And the judges will say, okay, here's my interpretation of the law.
Briefing cases is the stupidest shit I did in college, man. I took a fucking paralegal class, and I was briefing fucking capital murder cases, and I was reading some of the most abhorrent shit.
Oh, it's horrible.
And then had to fucking write about it. And then the lawyer that I was working with, I had an internship. These motherfuckers was using my shit.
Yeah, that's what your job is.
Like, guys, I'm 20 years old. I just started writing like Friday.
Yeah, bro. You gotta also understand. Here's one fun thing. I think litigators and comedians are way more alike on the spectrum of like jobs and people and skill sets than people realize.
Didn't think of that.
Like litigators, their job is commanding an audience. Their audience is either a judge or a jury. They have a courtroom of people that will help like they put an inference of emotion onto those people or the judge.
Yeah. They're selling them a story.
But it's exact same thing. It's the same fucking thing.
Only the difference is context. Everybody in the courtroom has context. Nobody on the audience has context.
Nobody. I also don't know. I think you're building the context in the same way. You're like they don't, and you build the context for them.
No. He's on trial for murder. That's enough context for everybody in the courtroom.
They're not getting to the jury. If they think that, they're not on the jury. Unless the lawyers are shit at jury selection.
Well, but the jurors know that there's somebody in trouble. There's context already there. Where in the sense of being a stand-up comedian, there is no context.
I see what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's no context at all.
There's a conviction there. Yeah, I see what you mean. I'm sorry.
There's something there for you to come off, like doing improv. When I tell people like the difference between improv and comedy and stand-up is context. If the crowd gives you a piece of input, you know what I'm saying? You're doing improv. Crowd work is improv. Now, stand-ups make it really good, you know what I'm saying? But it's improv. Because the second you give me some context, the stand-up comedian part, because stand-ups don't get context. We come out with blank page and start firing aimlessly. Oh shit, they're laughing at this. We're gonna keep shooting this one. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Where you need, like, the second you go, hey, give me your favorite color, blue. They're already thinking blue. Context.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so we don't have that as I think that's the difference.
Yeah, that is
between us and almost any other art form is we start with the blankest of pages.
I don't know. But I would argue that your page is like predefined a little bit too. There's a bit of like there's this like Venn diagram of like what you think is funny and you can write about and make funny.
Okay.
What a crowd of strangers will think is funny from you or is funny about you. And that's the Venn diagram that I think is context.
Well,
like, I think you walk on a stage and I think something about you, bro.
Yeah.
So there's context before you even say a word,
okay.
Right?
So the visual part, yes. Okay. I think that we stereotype any and everything we see, no matter fucking what.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's why I think it's very similar to litigation, where you're working with a prefix, like you have context of like you've worked through the world as 40 years of like interacting with people. So you know what to expect a crowd to interpret you as, and then you get to play with that. So it's exactly like a litigator who's playing with the fact that their person that they're defending is on trial for.
Yeah. No, I mean, that is a good point, though. That is a really good point, because you do have to start, like, when you're looking at a jury of your peers, as much as they know about the information, you're starting at square zero. Like you start, like, the dude fucking did something a year ago. You started fucking third grade.
Right.
Like, yo, in third grade, right? All right. And you're like, what the fuck did I get? So I do get that.
Yeah, right.
I do get that aspect of it, but I'm
not trying to cut against you. I'm just for the sake of the fun.
I think that, like you said, the Venn diagram, I think that they do like mesh at some point. The part about being a comedian is,
and then the third thing is your unique voice or lens or view of the world.
Yeah.
So at the interjection of those three things is that's that magic thing that really gets people out of. Because there's lots of people that could do whatever, that make it. That's what they're doing.
But with the context, like, yes, like, but with the context part where you're saying like a comedian compared to a litigating lawyer is the expectation of what you see. So when you're saying the context came from the visual, well, when a lawyer walks into a room, you have context that this motherfucker went to school for 7 to 10 years, blah, 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 blah,
right?
Fucking fucks people out of the money or whatever the fuck you think, however you think about lawyers, where comedians do get contextually boxed in based on like race, height, whatever. But I still think it's more vague than a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Like a lawyer, you're literally sticking them in 50 different... You pick 50 colleges. That's where they
I'd argue it's less vague because you're working with the same set. Like, they work a new set every single time, every single case. Every time they litigate, they have a new set. It's not the same set. It's a brand new set of circumstances.
Understand.
They're like crowd work, but
they're not
like
doing...
weird...
I don't know how often
I guess that's like a little difference, maybe.
Let's say a trial lawyer has 2 or 3 trials a year.
Yeah, fair. You're probably overthinking it.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Say like
that's true. They're kind of working at those big performances.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that there's obviously like my lawyer's a family lawyer where he goes in and they give him cases, so he does have to litigate on the fly, damn near, based off the information he has right there. That's like being a coach. Like, what play are they running? All right, we're running this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see it like, I there's that. But let's say a big performance, like some Johnny Cochran shit. Obviously, that's one trial that took a year. Let's say you do 2 or 3 of those a year. That's no different than being a comic.
Right.
Because it takes you 2 or 3
Yeah, the great ones that both have way, like, all the only point I was driving at is, like, they got very aligned skills. Like, they are very charismatic. They're able to think on their feet. They're engaged with their audience.
Yeah.
Like, all these things.
And they're processing information on the fly.
Yes.
They're no different than, like, a comedian who does crowd work. They
like, the biggest comics, like, people doing arenas have to process information of, like, something happening in a section.
For sure.
Alone, like, you know?
For sure. Like Kevin Hart doing fucking the football stadium when he's like, I got my fire. Pow. Like he's got to keep all that.
They have to be so big for the venue, and then also be so present in the moment to be able to, like, maybe acknowledge things that happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you do that with your comedy? Do you like walk, like one of the first things that I try to do, especially when I do smaller shows, is I try to use observant comedy on the first, like, 2 or 3 lines. Like, walk in and was like, damn, this place looks like they just sold a bunch of crack out the back. Don't y'all think? Like, I try to use that. Do you do that? Do you do your observational comedy?
That would be a good tool to always do.
Yeah, I mean, I think practicing, and even, like, I'm starting to get into the crowd work. I'm not
following, like, the like, I've done, you know, someone's closing bid is about something, and you make a
come back with a
joke
to
continue the crowd, to let you know if it's a showcase show type of thing.
Yeah, I did the Comedy Works a couple weeks ago, and the chick on it talked about how big and good her pussy was.
Nice.
And
perfect for you.
And then I walked in the stage. I was like, some good ass pussy just walked off the stage, and I got to stand with you guys for 4 minutes. And they got a little touch, but yes, you take their last thing and roll with it. I think I think practicing those little nuances is what helps us get better, as much as using, like, it's like golf. You have your irons in the bag. That's your set.
Bingo.
That's your 30, 40-minute set. But when you can putt and you can chip and you can get off the tee, you know what I'm saying, really well, your irons might just be there to save you.
Yeah.
Instead of be what you need to fucking make this go. You know what I'm saying? To where you can go out there and, you know, you hit you some one putts.
Hey, the best set I've ever seen that I've been in the room for was at a bar show on a Sunday fun day, and the headliner was Sam Talent, and he was just chipping and putting and showing Phil Mickelson like precision around the entire fucking room of 50 or 70 people. Where was it? I think it was in the side room of gosh, it's the venue near Ratio.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
With the open back, where they, what is that? It's a brewery.
It was called some Crazy Mountain.
Crazy Mountain Brewery, is that? No. It's somewhere.
It was right around the corner from Scruffy's, no?
No. This is up in Rhino.
Yeah, Rhino. Shit.
With the big garage doors and the outdoor.
Yeah, by the Matchbox and all that shit.
Yes. Yeah. Whatever that place is called.
The Lammer Lounge, all right there.
Yeah. Okay. In the side room over there. But yeah, him just like chipping and putting. Like, he didn't do a single bit of material. Oh. And it was the funniest fucking 25, 30, whatever it was. Like floating on a cloud.
I saw Tony Rock do that. We went to the fucking show. Tony Rock did fucking 40 minutes and then stopped and was like, hey. He was talking all types of shit, was talking about the crowd. He'd sing a song about Camping World that he just all made up on the fly. And then 40 minutes into the set, he went, we've been here long enough. I should tell y'all a joke. Like, what the fuck have you been doing for me? He's like, I'm going to tell you a joke. So he tells us a joke, and he's like, I told the joke. He's like, my brother Chris was like, that's a pretty good joke. You should, I don't know how you came up with it. Like, fuck you. I'm better than, like, he was like a competent, because his brother thought it was a good joke, but his brother's his idol. So when your idol tells you that it's a good joke, his response, because it's his little brother, like, fuck you, that's why I'm better. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's 45 minutes into his show. He was like, I'm going to tell you an actual joke. We're like, what the fuck have you been doing?
Yeah, dude.
What the
Master.
You're telling me for 45 minutes you haven't been telling jokes?
Yeah, dude.
My fucking stomach hurts. My motherfucking cheek. My cheeks are frozen like this right now. And you're telling me you haven't been telling jokes?
Yeah.
Continue, motherfucker. Continue. You know
now that's crushing. Yeah.
That's crushing. Where Sam Talent can do that too, easy for an hour too. But I've seen him. He did Thick Skin like that. He did Thick Skin and did 10 minutes and didn't tell one motherfucking joke. Actually, I think he did. He told because it was around Thanksgiving. He told like a Thanksgiving joke. And like he like stopped. He was like, I got to tell this joke because it's the time of the year for it. But the other 9 minutes, it was like, what the fuck? That dude's did you read his book?
Yes.
Fucking amazing. I think he has a new one coming out too. Yeah. I seen he was on a podcast or something.
Right.
I don't know the name of it, but he was talking about it. He's like, I got another book, because he said he doesn't want to do comedy no more. He said he's been doing comedy like 25 years, and he's like, I've been in every shithole hotel, every back room, whatever. He's like, I just want to be a writer and drop the books. He's like, I just want to be a book writer.
Yeah,
dude. Like, oh shit, which is great, because that fucking Billy Bob was a fucking handful in that goddamn book. That dude was he got beat up right around the corner from my house right in front of the pager spot on fucking Welton and 28th. Y'all should read the book. The fucking
Running the Light by Sam Talent. Hey, Jamie Lasso, you still owe me my signed copy back.
Oh, yeah, we're going to need that. Oh, yeah. That's a legendary.
It's all right. You're nationally touring headliner. You got busy things. You're on Gutfeld, whatever.
And I still need my Sam Talent book.
Give me my Sam Talent book. Please.
Hey, safe travels to you, my man. But yeah, no, man. This was a dope experience, man. I appreciate the wings. I appreciate the hospitality. You got a dope setup.
Before I get you out of here, have you heard of this little country called England before?
A little shillelagh?
Yeah, they do this thing over there called knighting in England.
Yeah. They just did Alice Elba.
Idris Elba?
Idris Elba just got knighted.
Nice. Okay, well, hell yeah. Here at Top Shelf Studios, after a long-form conversation, I am doing the hiding.
Okay.
Because all my life, people have been like, hey, guys, what up there? Can I get a couple of these? Things like this. And what I've learned now that I got this prefrontal lobe a couple of years ago is I'm
nice to get that.
Waking up every day in a meat suit. I'm like driving a just very tall vehicle.
Okay.
I look out in the world and I'm like, we're judging each other on like the size and shape and color and national origin of these meat suits, like almost more than anything else. And it just seems very silly to me. So after a long form human conversation, I'm pleased to give you a heart height or your spiritual stature. How tall do you stand physically, Ronell?
69 inches. Nice.
Is that for real?
Mm-hmm. I'm 5'9".
That's hilarious. Ronell Hardin, I heart height the 7 foot. He joins the 7-footer club.
That is not going to work at the club. I've tried it.
A heart that large will require a procedure, but I implore you to continue to put it out there in the world because you're brightening all of us for it.
I appreciate it. No, this is man, you were fucking amazing, man. This is fucking dope. Fed, I'm good. My root beer, nice. I can't thank you enough for this. Dope ass setting, man.
You're always welcome. Come back whenever.
No, thank you. And if you need a board operator, I'll come run the board for you. I went to Colorado Media School.
Dude, teach me a thing or two. I've got a switcher. Like the thing is, I've got like all this stuff I've been wanting to do and get like leaps to make, but I'm only one man. So I'm put this out in the air. This is what we should probably do. We should do a newscast. Rather, I get that they got the Daily Show already, kind of, but we should do a newscast and make it like almost actual. Like, we're not here trying to be funny. We're here telling a newscast, but it's going to be fucking hilarious. Not that we're not writing jokes to tell. Right. We're doing an actual newscast. Like, Puff Daddy got caught with 760 bottles of baby oil. Hey. We're just reporting the news, guys. Don't fucking this is just the news.
Don't yell at us, whatever.
The funny news.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, with all that, because you got the TriCaster, with the broadcaster, everything, you got the whole setup. This fucking place, the place is fucking dope.
Thanks, bro. Okay? I appreciate that.
Hands down. Like, this is like Joe Rogan 1.0. Bro, I don't know where Joe Rogan's at now. But this is the 1.0
That is all that I could hope to be, because that is, where I'm kind of trying to walk the path of, is like the OG, like forget the new, like forget what, but like the origins of the show is like talking to people you want to talk to. Yeah. And just like talking to them.
When he had Coco Diaz on like 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that's the shit's like yeah, we gotta, like, I know this dude, but no, my homies are over here. Yeah. Like, that's the dope shit. How many episodes have you done?
This is gonna be, gosh, what are we at? Like 234 or something like that?
Yeah.
So, yeah, getting up there.
Well, so what you been doing, like 4 years already?
Yeah, since 2020, late 2021 started.
Yeah, late 21. Yeah, so I'm thinking about what?
Jump to video at like 108 or something like that. Yeah. That's when I really
so I'm thinking like 50 a year. You're doing about 40 or 50 a year?
Yeah, hopefully more. Hopefully more. Mm-hmm. I need to be doing more.
Get your ass on stage and stop fucking around, man. Dude. Get them jokes out. Get them high-ass, giraffe-neck jokes out and come fucking tell them. And I mean, obviously, you're at prime ground with Comedy Works, but Comedy Works is a cheat, man. It's a cheat code for comics. I get that the South is a little tougher.
Like I said, I don't do the new talent stuff, so I don't get my reps there.
But you should get your reps in at, like, shittier places that'll throw a chicken wing at you type shit.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because, like I said, comedy.
You run any shows in town? I should ask.
I don't run any shows yet. I'm trying to run one out in Green Valley Ranch at the beer garden, because I live out there, and I need to take comedy out there and charge some people for it. But
Hell yeah,
right now I'm just trying to get my daughter's home for college.
Nice.
And my son, we didn't do anything for summer school, so I just gotta fucking
get family time. That's great.
I got family time.
That's
we're going to
fantastic.
New York next month, and so I mean, it's right now I'm just kind of chilling. But once I get solid with this job that I just started,
dude,
my daughter goes back to school, then I'm definitely gonna start doing more shit. And I think I'm gonna fire up a podcast. So you'll probably be guest number 3 on my
brother.
podcast.
I'd be honored.
Yeah, guest number 3.
I would be honored. I try as much as I can to encourage other people to do this, because I'm sure they could do it better than me.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna go radio style. I think I'm gonna do it like how you're doing yours, but I'm gonna do it like with the clock, and then like segment everything to where it's easier just to cut, and then you can do we could do like the Facebook. It's not the Facebook though. YouTube shorts, straight out of it, but then have this Patreon system that you're using.
Yeah, that'd be great.
To where it's long form, and then we can just cut out the commercials. That the people are actually paying for us to have on the Patreon.
That'd be great.
With, let's say, some added content, the extra 20 minutes on the show, or whatever. I mean, you're teaching me right now, so. But but this is something that I've been wanting to fire back up ever since COVID kind of kicked my shit to the can.
Well, I'm excited for your show, and if you need any help, I'm happy to help along the way. I'm just tried to learn by doing and fucking up and making mistakes, like you've talked about this whole time.
Yeah,
so thanks for being a part of that process.
And no, thank you for having me, man. And this is a great experience, man. Like you really gotta
follow him, support him on the socials, website, RonellHardin.com.
Please. And lame ass Ronell on Instagram. Come check me out. But no, he's running a tight ship over here. This is really dope. Hopefully he has me on again. We have 3 people here talking shit, playing cards and some dominoes.
Fuck yeah, dude. He's gonna teach me
and
street
next time
crafts.
I'm gonna bring a side too, because just straight chicken wings for breakfast.
Too much?
No, it's not too much. It's just it's not too much. It's just too college. It's like, you know what I'm saying, like when you're 40, that's not like your life just doesn't do that. Like you don't make a steak and be like, this is what we're eating. When you're 20 something,
I'm hanging on to that part.
You order a pizza, they be like, where's dinner? That's it. There's dairy, there's everything in it. There's bread. There's like, no.
I'm hanging on to that part of myself.
So with breakfast being chicken wings, it's just a little different for an older person like myself, but it was fucking amazing chicken. But I'll bring a side next time, and we'll make it almost barbecue-ish.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Well, be sure to check out the Patreon, because it's a hot one for this one. Like and subscribe, do all that stuff. Let me make you a hat. Join the Patreon so I can make you a hat. And as always, fuck off and be well.
Fuck off and be well. That is a good sign-on.
He doesn't want to fuck around with the United States. Thank you, everybody.